Hi guys, and welcome back to Simply Forex, the channel dedicated to you, the trader. We want you to be successful in the markets. So guys, I'm going to give you some gold every day. I'm going to let you know which currency pairs I'm looking to trade and which direction. And I'm also going to let you know which news that you must be aware of. So let's take a look at the chart and what I'm potentially going to trade today. Morning traders, how are you on this wonderful morning? We had another profitable day yesterday, so I hope you followed some of the trade ideas. Always leave a comment, guys. Let me know which ones you traded, how you traded them. It would be great to hear from you. And also, guys, at this point, I must tell you, if you look just above my head, we are trying to tell you that we will be doing a live stream every Wednesday. Starting next Wednesday, we'll be doing a live stream. It will kick off at 6:30 London GMT. All right, guys, and we're going to start doing this every Wednesday. So we'll still look at all the trade ideas. We'll look at yesterday's trades and the news, but it's also your opportunity, guys, to ask me anything you like about trading. All right, so yeah, anything, if you want to know about a certain currency pair or any of the intricacies of trading or what I look for, anything you would like to know, you can ask as many questions as you like. So get your thinking caps on, guys. Next Wednesday, we'll start our live sessions and start doing it every Wednesday after that. How exciting. Right, back to today. So today is Wednesday, the 17th of August. And as always, guys, we're going to look back at yesterday's trades to start with. We'll look at today's potential trades and the news. So let's look at yesterday, guys. Like I said, it was a great trading day. So let's take a look at the trades we were trying to profit from. So this is the first one. This is the pound against, this is the euro against the pound. And it's clearly in a downtrend. So it wasn't in this upward trend, this upward trend line here, but when it broke this trend line, we had lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and now we're getting lower highs. Okay, and for the last 2 days, we've had these bearish candles. Okay, and the idea was just to come off one of our grey zones and take it down to this blue line here, and that's exactly what happened, guys. Yeah. We could have left some on the trade. We do have this target as well. But yeah, very good trade. Yeah, but let's see if we can get in on this trade on the H1. But just looking at this trade, guys, this will be a trade idea for today as well. These candles are just telling me sellers want to keep taking this lower. All right, but yeah, let's look at the H1 to see how we executed the trade, see if our criteria was met. And it was met wonderfully. Okay, so yeah, price come up into our grey zone, as you can see, and then we got this candle form. Yeah, and this is a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. Yeah, it's bigger than the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 candles. Okay, and it's bouncing off of our grey zone, which were these highs and these lows here. Okay, so I entered the trade, guys. Admittedly, I know we don't have much room between here and the last H1 low, okay, because this would be our first target. So I let the pair run a little bit before I took 80% of the profit. So let me explain, guys. So I got in on the close of this candle. Okay, I put my stop 5 pips above the high. Okay, and then I closed 80% of the trade. I think it was literally at the bottom of this candle. Okay. All right, guys, and I got a risk to reward of 1:1. Closed 80% and then left 20% to run, guys. Okay, and then 20%, as you can see, eventually come down, and I closed the rest of the trade at this 8,400 psychological level. Okay, guys, so yeah, I hope you traded this one too. There was another possibility, guys. We could have traded this, because remember, one of the ideas was once we see a candle break the zone, which this candle did, then price came back up and shot back down with this wick. The next wick, yeah, as you can see, was a very, huge rejection wick, and it closed below our grey zone. So for me, guys, you could have entered on the close of this green doji. Yeah, put your stop above here and try and take 100% of the trade back down to this psychological level 8400. Okay, guys, but yeah, either way, profitable trade, went in the right direction. Let me know how you traded it. Right, next pair was this. It was the pound against the Canadian dollar. Okay, and we were looking to short this pair. All right, so price was in a downtrend. Yeah, we had lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Didn't create a lower low. And then when these highs were broken, we were in an uptrend. And then price found support at this level. Okay, so it was coming down, testing it, and eventually it broke with this candle here. So once this candle, this red bearish candle's formed, and it breaks these last lows in here, yeah, for me, price now has a lower low. So we can look for shorts, guys, all right? So that was the idea. We also had this candle, which had a huge rejection wick. So the idea was still to take shorts. And we just wanted to come off one of our grey zones and come back down to potentially this blue line here. All right, guys. So let's take a look and see what actually happened on the H1. So this was a in and out trade. All right. So we had some important CPI news coming out of Canadian dollar, and that impacted how I traded this pair. Okay. So as you can see, price did come up to our grey zone, and then we got this very bearish candle form. Yeah, I did enter on this candle. I was a little bit dubious because look at the candle before it. Yeah, that made the trade a little bit aggressive for me, but I still got in. Okay, so I got in. Sorry, guys, let's draw my pink lines better. So I got in on this candle here, entered on the close of the candle. I got a slight retrace, I believe. Yeah, entered about here, put my stop above here, and the idea was to take price back down to this psychological level of 1,500, and I would have got a nice risk to reward, a little bit over 1:1. But this reaction here, okay, so this is when the news come out. Yeah, this series of candles is where the CPI data come out, and I obviously know when that data is being released. We talk about it every day, what news is being released. So for me, guys, I entered here, had my stop here, and I just closed out for a small profit. I closed out for a small profit about here. I know the risk to reward is not great, but it was because of the news coming out. And CPI figures are so important at the moment. So I closed before the Canadian dollar CPI figures come out for a small profit. So yeah, and then as you can see, we've got a really big reaction, okay, which backed up to our grey zone. But once it's reacted and the markets had time to settle, we then got this candle. Okay, and this is a perfectly good entry candle for us. Yeah, so I entered this trade again. I entered on the close of this pair, close of this candle, put my stop above the high, okay, and I closed my trade for a risk to reward of 1:1. Yeah, around here. All right, and I'm still in this trade for 20%. Okay, so yeah, had a small profit on the first trade, had a nice 1:1 profit on the second trade, and I'm still in this trade for 20%. So let's see what it does at this grey zone again. Okay, but looking at the day chart, still potential to the downside. Okay, so yeah, that was the second pair, more profit. The third pair was this. This was the pound against the Aussie dollar. Yeah, and I was sort of messaging one of our viewers regarding this pair. It was a tricky pair yesterday, so let's have a look why. But first of all, we were trying to short this pair. So price was clearly in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then it came back up, and then we had this rejection wick here. Okay, so I know it's quite a bullish green candle, guys, but because I had this wick, yeah, that bounced off of these lows, I just felt it offered good value for money. Okay, but in hindsight, yeah, price didn't react to that level. Okay, so let's see what actually happened on the H1. All right, so like I say, guys, wanted price to come up to our grey zone before we got, before we could enter the trade. And to be honest with you guys, none of these candles here tell me sellers are taking control because of this large green candle before it. Yeah, the momentum is upwards. Yeah, because of this large green candle, and then none of these red candles here tell me sellers are taking control. Okay, and then eventually, yeah, price just keeps coming up, and it actually breaks our grey zone with this candle here. So, yeah, it's become unattractive to trade. Okay, but then I started looking at the H4. Okay, because sometimes the H4 can close back into our zone, and we still have a trade. So let's look at the H4 as well. Sorry, just itching my eye. So the H4, it was this candle here. So this candle here did close back into our zone. But just look at the momentum. It's still upwards. Yeah, we've got this large bullish candle before it. This is hardly a sellers are in control candle, this one here. So just looking at this chart, I'm not going to take shorts. Yeah, so price did close back into this range, but it wasn't a bearish red candle on the H4. It was a green doji. All right, so nothing on this pair, not on the H4 or the H1, gave me an opportunity to start shorting this pair. Okay, so for me, guys, I stayed out of this pair. All right, so no trade on this. Okay, guys, so yeah, it was a great day. Very profitable, guys. I hope you followed some of the trade ideas. Let's take a look at today's potential trades now. Guys, we had a very profitable day yesterday, so I hope you followed some of the trade ideas. If you did, please let me know. And if you enjoyed the recap, guys, then please come and join us at Simply Forex. Yeah, subscribe to the channel and also smash that like button, guys. Really helps support the channel. Also, guys, I would like to tell you, if you look above my head right now, every Wednesday, starting from next week, we're going to do live sessions. Okay, so 6:30 a.m. London GMT, we're going to do live sessions where we look at the charts for the day, similar to what we do now, but it's your opportunity to ask as many questions as you like. We can look at any currency pairs you like, any questions you might have about candlesticks, trends, structure, strategy, anything you like, guys. All right, so yeah, next Wednesday, tune in for that. Right, today is Wednesday the 17th of August, and we have got 3 potential trade ideas for today. Very similar to yesterday, yeah? So, the first one is this. This is the euro against the pound. We've been shorting this for a few days now. So, price is in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, okay? And for the last 3 days, we have had bearish candles form. Okay, sellers are in control of this market, so from one of our grey zones we just want to take price back down to this blue line here of 8370. Okay, guys, so that's the idea, to short this pair. The day chart is always your reason why. Let's look at H1 for our criteria, what we need to see happen. So, yeah, I haven't really changed the grey zones that much. Changed them a little bit, guys, just to take into account some candles and some wicks. But pretty much the same, guys. So we've got 2 ideas. First of all, price could retrace into this grey zone. We see a bearish candlestick pattern form. We enter the trade. Okay, we can then take price back down to this last H1 low. If we get a risk to reward of 1:1, close 80% and then leave 20% to run down to our higher time frame target. Okay, so that's the first idea. Second idea is this: price could retrace back up to this grey zone, which corresponds with these highs and lows here. Again, we want to see a bearish candlestick pattern. This is always our trigger to enter, get into the trade, close 80% of the trade at the last H1 lows, and then leave 20% to run. All right, guys, so euro pound, we're looking to short this pair. These are the two ideas. Okay, next trade is this. This is the pound against the Canadian dollar. Deja vu, I hear you say. Yes, it is. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah, these two pairs, euro pound, GBPCAD, these have been giving us profits all week. So, this one, guys, yeah, so we're looking to short this pair. Okay, so price was in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low. Well, didn't create a lower low. And then when these highs are broken here, we were then in an uptrend. Okay, then price come down and it was finding this level here as a level of support. Yeah, come down, bounced off, okay. Then eventually it broke, yeah, with this candle here. Okay, so once these lows here are broken, yeah, we are now in a downtrend. We have lower lows. Okay, so the idea was to start shorting this market. And then for the last couple of days, we had this candle here with a large doji, a large wick, a large rejection wick. And then we had this candle as well, okay, which is a bearish doji. But because of this candle and this large rejection wick, I still think sellers are in control. So we could take price, first of all, let me just show you. There's so much drawing on my chart. Let me clear that up. So we can come from one of our grey zones back down to here, which is just these last lows here. Okay, or even take it a little bit lower down to here. Okay, this psychological level at 5,450. Okay, guys, but we're shorting this market. Let's look at H1 to see our criteria, our areas where we can take shorts. So yeah, we are already in the first grey zone. So price has retraced here. We now want to see a bearish candlestick pattern. Yeah, which, you know, at these highs here, even, yeah, you can see it's become an area of resistance and support. Okay, so we want to see price retrace into this grey zone. We want to see a bearish candlestick pattern form. We can take price, first of all, back down to these last H1 lows. This is our first target, and then we can let the rest of the trade run. Yeah, you could even close, 10% here, and then let another 10% run. Okay, guys, so that's the first idea. Second idea, price could retrace up to here. I don't expect it to, but it could, which corresponds with these highs here. But again, want to see a bearish candlestick pattern form, enter the trade. I would probably take price back down to this grey zone, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run down to our higher time frame targets. All right, guys, so yeah, pound Canadian dollar, we're looking to short this pair like we have been for days. The last pair is this. I'm showing you this pair because it is a potential trade, but yeah, let me explain why I'm hesitant. Okay, so for me, price is in a downtrend. Yeah, we were in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and then price broke this low here, and eventually even broke these lows here. Okay, so it came down, broke all of them, all of these lows. Okay, price came back up. Yeah, this is no coincidence when this happens. Yeah, so what was once a low here, yeah, it becomes resistance over here. So what was once support is now resistance, and then price came down. Yeah, again, creating lower lows. It's come back up to this level, and now we've got this bearish candle form. Okay, to take price lower. The only reason I'm hesitant, guys, if we zoom in, is because of this large green candle. Yeah, but you know, it is bouncing off of this area of resistance, and we've got this large bearish candle. Okay, so yeah, just because of this candle, it made me a little bit hesitant, but I'm still willing to take shorts on this pair, and we want to go from our grey zone back down to this blue line, this higher time frame target, this 2800 psychological level. All right, guys, so that's the reason why we're shorting it. Let's look at H1 now for our entries. And just a one grey zone, guys. So what we want to see is price come into this grey zone. We then want to see a bearish candlestick pattern form. We can enter the trade. We probably won't get a risk to reward of 1:1 at these lows. So we could just take 100% of the trade back down to this psychological level, 2800. All right, guys, but US dollar, Canadian dollar short. Okay, they're the three trade ideas. Let's take a look at the news now. Guys, if you enjoyed the trade ideas, maybe made a little bit of money, then please come and join us at Simply Forex. Yeah? Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, guys. Right, news for today for Wednesday, the 17th of August. Okay, so overnight, guys, we had some quite, some big news coming out of New Zealand. Yeah, so the interest rate decision was as expected at 3%. Okay, but that's been and gone. All right, the big news for us, and first piece of news, is this. At 7 o'clock, London GMT, we've got CPI, which, as we know, guys, is inflation figures. And inflation figures are making the markets move. Yeah, so this will be a big figure for the pound, guys. So must be aware of this. Could really move any pound pair. We carry on down, guys. The next piece of news we're interested in is this. At 1:30, we've got two pieces of news coming out of the US. We've got core retail sales and retail sales. So two 3-star ratings at the same time. This could really move any US dollar pair. If we carry on down, we've also got at 3:30 crude oil inventory. So this will affect any US dollar pairs, but also any Canadian dollar pairs, because Canadian dollar is closely correlated with oil. And then finally, guys, at 7 o'clock, we also have some FOMC meeting minutes coming out as well. So that could potentially move markets too. All right, guys, so that's all the news for today. I hope you've enjoyed the vid. If you have, please come join us, subscribe, share the video, and like the video. Thank you very much. Have a great trading day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.